Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about the Four Basic Principles of Design by Scott Shirley. Designs. Designs are used in visual presentation. We all know that visual presentation is the most effective way in teaching strategies. Visual aids are the most common tools that is used by the teacher or the presenters in showing their works, their lessons, and their reports. Through visual aids, it is easy for us to understand the lessons that's being tackled. Visual aids. Visual aids is the most common tool that is used by the teachers and the presenters. Visual aids is the most effective in teaching strategies.
Weight of elements in a composition. We use balance to add stability, structure, quick emphasis, and to create dynamics.
Symmetrical. Symmetrical means having corresponding points whose connecting lines are bisected by a given point or perpendicularly bisected by a given line or plane. It is also a being such that the terms or variables may be interchanged without altering the value, character, or truth. Here is an example of a symmetric figure.
Balance occurs when several smaller visual elements on one side are balanced by a large visual elements on the other side. Examples are
Basic principle of design is unity. This principle refers to the visual quality of wholeness or oneness that is achieved through effective use of elements of art and principles of design. Unity is the arrangement of elements and principles to create the feeling of supporting each other and of completeness. This is the example of unity. There are four best practices in unity. First is the repetition. This principle is a great way to reinforce an idea. It's also a great way to unify design that brings together a lot of different elements. Repetition can be done in numbers of ways by repeating the same colors, typefaces, shapes, or other elements of design. This is the example of repetition. The illustration of the bike would not be quite as interesting without the birds. By using the bird as a repetitive element, the bike takes on a new form and invites the viewer to ponder the meaning. The second best practices in unity is the proximity. Proximity is simply the process of ensuring related design elements are placed together, and it indicates that the items are connected or have a relationship to each other, and become one visual unit which helps to organize or give instruction to a layout. For example, this picture. It shows how the different symbols of music, food, and activity have been placed in close proximity to make a larger image. By looking at the arrangement, you see that each item works together to tell a visual story. The third best practices in unity is the alignment. Alignment is one of the most basic and important principles of design. It allows us to create order and organization among elements. There are several different types of alignment. First is the left alignment. Left alignment is when elements are aligned to the left side of the layout, while the right alignment is when elements are aligned to the right side of the layout. The third alignment is the vertical alignment. Vertical alignment is when elements are aligned with the top of the layout, while the center alignment is when elements are aligned with the center of the layout. The last best practices in unity is the contrast. Contrast refers to how different elements are in design, particularly adjacent elements. These differences make various elements stand out. Contrast is also a very important aspect of creating accessible designs. For example, in this photo, you can see that there is contrast between light and dark colors. You can tell that there are fish in this picture because the background color is bright orange.
One is emphasis. What is emphasis? Emphasis is the stress laid on a word or words to indicate special meaning or particular importance. By emphasizing, you make some element of your presentation stands out and grabs the attention of the audience. You can do emphasizing by using size, color, and placement. But first, you need to ask yourself first if what is the most important feature of this slide. Here are some examples. Take a look at this picture. The word communication is bigger than the other texts in this slide. You can also see in this slide that the word communicate, simplify, listen, illustrate, and affirm are highlighted. Instead of color white, they use color blue to indicate importance. Here's a tip. You can also bold, underline, or encircle the important or key words in your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jamela Arcillas, and we will proceed with the last or the number 4 basic principles of presentation design, the movement. Movement refers to the way the eye travels over the sign. The most important element should lead to the next most important, and so on. This is done through positioning, which the eye naturally falls on certain areas of a design first. Emphasis and other design elements already mentioned by the other reporters. Such movement can be directed along lines, edges, shape, and color. First, let me show you these example pictures for you to observe how the simple lines or curved lines make movement in our eyes. Isn't it amazing? There's movement, right? I experienced to draw like this when I was in high school. If I'm not mistaken, grade 9 in our art course. And while doing it, you didn't expect the result. Tip: try using a curved line that moves through your next, from image to image or even slide to slide. Curved lines are also great for creative chart layouts. Ditch the standard chart design for a layout that utilizes curved lines to draw eyes to your wires.